All right, let's rock and roll. We got South Lafourche and we got Assumption. It's party time here in Galliano. Mustangs won the toss and wanted the football. Probably not the worst idea given the way that the Tarpons have played defense, so Will sees a little blood in the water. Now, let's see if the Tarpons can make him pay for that decision.
Yeah, look, Tarpons can take that kind of a slap in the face. I want the ball over here at our field.
Yeah, no doubt.
But, I mean, I agree with the decision.
100%. 100%. Yeah, Torres will be out there to kick the football away. As we said a second ago, the Tarpons are in their home blue on an absolutely gorgeous night for football. We are underway. Little pop-up kick at the 30-yard line and going down to a knee right as he catches the football is number 53, Urson. So the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Urson didn't seem too eager to run the ball.
No, he was not comfortable with the ball. And look, he did a right decision. If you're not comfortable with it, go down. That's good field position for his team.
So it'll be 1st and 10, and that's where Sanchez will lead his guys out. Landon Sanchez. All week long on play-by-play, I have been calling him Logan Sanchez. They had a Logan Sanchez that was there, but it was when you were coaching. Landon may be the little brother. 1st and 10. They're in a gun, 4 receivers set, ball in the right hash, man in motion. It's an outside run, looking to turn the corner. Tarpons are in position. Nothing. That is a loss of yardage brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. They handed it to Preston, and South Lafourche was all over that one. So good start to the game for the Tarpon defense.
Yeah, look, Preston never really had an angle to try and get to the sideline. Tarpons did a good job stringing that play out.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. They'll actually put him back. You got a little forward progress at the end. They'll put him back to the original line of scrimmage. Ball now on the left hash. Number 4, Jackson in the backfield with Sanchez. They're in the gun. Strong side of the field to the right. There's the snap. They hand it off to the tailback up the middle. He's got a nice hole. He's hit at the 40, stacked up near about the 42. So gain of about 8 there for Jackson. It's a good 2nd down gain. It'll bring up 3rd and short.
You can already see the difference in the running style from last year to this year. Jackson right there, that time he kind of stopped before contact. Last year,
Jacobs is running through you.
Yes.
The old Ivan Drago, I must break you. 3rd down and 2. They've got to get to the 44. Sanchez and Jackson in the gun again. Ball still on the left hash. And the Tarpons just gave him a free 1st down. Came with the hard count, and the Tarpons jumped into the neutral zone. So that'll be a free 5 and a 1st down.
Encroachment against the Tarpons. That'll be a 1st down for the Mustangs.
Those types of things don't make coaches happy.
No, Tarpons got to fix that here.
So now we'll be 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Same duo, Sanchez and Jackson in the gun. Strong side of the field to the right. It might even be the same play. Handoff. Jackson picking through the line. He's across midfield. He's tripped up across the 45, but another strong gain. He got about 8 more. So Assumption has found a little something given to their tailback off left tackle. 2 plays in a row, he gets a nice gain.
Yeah, there's too much space right there. That was just a good push by the front for the Mustangs. And Dardar for the Tarpons did a good job coming up and making a play.
10:30 and counting in the opening quarter. Happy you're with us here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Assumption with the play clocks off. That's odd. They've been working here this season, but they're off tonight. Will be going into the huddle and now breaking to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 1. Sanchez with a man in motion. Will hand it off. Off right tackle, breaking a tackle and cutting inside across the 35 is Jackson again. And another gain of about 8 or 9 yards and a first down. Tarpons hit him at the line of scrimmage, tried to arm tackle. He ran through that arm tackle, and then it got forward to the 34.
Yeah, Tarpons are coming up. They got to break down and get the tackle.
Will Broussard, I think, is going to say, hey, if it is not broke, we are not going to fix it. I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Jackson until South Lafourche tries to stymie him here. That ball has been on the left hash pretty much the entire drive. They're in the gun, unbalanced line, a lot of bodies to the right side. They hand it to Jackson off right tackle this time. The Tarpons do a little bit of a better job, but he still drives to about the 30 and gains about 4.
Good job by the Mustangs right there, just staying behind your blockers. He was patient and picked up a good 4 yards for his team.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get anything, but he just stayed on the back of the offensive line and surged forward, got about 4.
Assumption tried one time, getting to the outside, no luck. Everything else has been off tackle. See if they continue that trend here.
They maybe try to play action, take a shot here, too. It's been a lot of inside runs, 2nd and 6. They will hand it to Jackson again. This time he breaks a tackle across the 25, dropped it about the 19. Tarpons had him at the line of scrimmage again. Just bad arm tackling in the first drive of the game.
Now, you see, they started all the way back at their 34-yard line, so you're going to make them drive the field here. It's the 7th play of the drive coming up. This is the area where the Mustangs can have mistakes here.
So we'll see with that field condensed. They've been running the football. This will be the 8th play of the drive, as Brian said. 8:27 and counting in the opening quarter. They are now in the red zone right at the 20-yard line. It has been Sanchez just handing it to Jackson over and over and over again. This time, Sanchez will keep it off left tackle. The Tarpons are pursuing him from behind. They level him, and pretty much no gain. So that was Sawyer Wells and Jacob Pierce. Or it's going to be Bo Jarges and Jacob Pierce. And he got about a yard.
That play is just too slow developing for the Mustangs. Tarpons did a good job of coming up. No way I'm putting the ball in the air here.
Assumption controlling that clock. It is a windy night. It's a crosswind. It's blowing into our press box. Ball now on the left hash, 2nd and 9 at the 19. Sanchez, they are going to throw it to the sideline. It's a sharp catch and a good tackle in the open field. Very minimal gain, and Pierce again on the tackle. Got about a yard, so it'll be 3rd down and about 8. Just a little 2-yard hitch, and Pierce comes up, closes the gap, and makes the tackle.
3rd and 8 for the Mustangs.
Big play here for the Tarpons. If you can get your team, I'm not sure if they can go 4-down territory, but
first things first right here, Brian, watch the ball. Don't give them 5 free ones like you did earlier in the drive. 3rd and 8. They've got to get to the 10-yard line. Sanchez in a 4-receiver set. Gets the snap. Throws it out in space. Incomplete and nearly intercepted. It bounced off the shoulder pads of Preston, and there were a couple of Tarpons out there that were in pursuit of that football. Now it'll be 4th and 8.
And look, that was a great route by the Mustangs there to just misplay the ball.
Big play here. I think they might be – are they trying a field goal? They just shuffled a bunch of personnel out. I think they're trying a field goal. So they're going to be bringing out Cameron Ott, who's going to be attempting about a 35-yard field goal here. With 6:57 to go, we'll see if Ott has the leg. And the Tarpons can maybe get a little push. There's the snap. The kick is up. It's a worm burner. Not even close. That a boy. South Lafourche defense gives but doesn't break. And they force the field goal, and now they'll take over 1st and 10. That's a good start for Big Blue.
Yeah, look, great job by the Tarpon defense. I'm not sure why Assumption wanted to start throwing the football. I would have kept running that until Tarpons will stomp it on the left side.
So high school rules, technically, because that kick was a worm burner and went into the end zone, it goes down as a touchback. South Lafourche will take over from the 20. 2-back set. Hughes and Dardar both in the backfield. They're going to hand it to Dre this time. Bounces to the inside, gets about 6 yards. That's a good little surge there. They flanked Dardar out in motion to the flats, handed it to Dre, and Dre picked up 6.
Landon Jarvis, good job coming in from his spot, lead blocking on that play.
Tackle made by number 32, Andrew Brooklyn.
6:33 and counting. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Tarpons, who just got off the field, forced the field goal, which was missed by Ott. And it's going to be Dardar with Hughes again in the backfield. Now, Mack with Hughes again. My apologies. They'll hand it to Dre again. Cutting in, breaking a tackle across the 30. That's a Golden Motor first down. So, South Lafourche hitting them with a little bit of I guess Dardar would be the Thunder. There now Hughes, the Lightning there, getting the first down.
Yeah, Hughes is making people miss in the backfield, doing a good job picking up those yards.
And the thing about him, and you know this, if the wrong guy misses the tackle, he could house it on you. He's got that breakaway speed. He will now be at receiver, flanked all the way out to the right, almost on the sideline. It'll be Dardar with Mack here. 5:48 and counting in the opening quarter. Still scoreless. Mack hands it to Dardar up the middle. Big surge. Driving across the 35, falling near the 40. The South Lafourche offensive line moved the defensive line there. That was a big gain of about 6.
Maurice Delotte, good job. Sawyer Wells, Carter Colley, George is up there. Great job. Bennett Bourgeois getting a good push.
So they'll give them about 5 to the 39-yard line. BJ said you got to control the line of scrimmage. So far, the Tarpons are doing a pretty good job of that. Assumption band over there making a little noise. 5:08 and counting in the opening quarter. Ball smack dab in the middle of the field. It's Hughes with Mack. They'll hand it to Dre again. Dre picking through the line, falling across the 40. Short gain. But when it's 2nd and 5, you can afford to pick up 2 yards. It's not a bad play. 3rd and 3 coming up for Big Blue.
Yeah, very manageable play here.
Tackle made by Ott and Williams.
4:45 and counting.
Coach Young ran the ball 4 times in a row. I mean, he must be going
I
crazy.
say he's twitching right now to put that ball in the air.
It's coming.
3rd and 2. It is still Hughes in the backfield with Mack. Mack will play action, get it out to Dardar in the flats, turns the corner, gets the first down and more across midfield.
Nope.
And he's going to be tripped up on the 40-yard line. But it is a Golden Motors first down. Roll him in with the run, play action, get it to your playmaker in the flats, and South Lafourche is on the move.
Great blocking. Looked like outside. I'm not sure if it was Terrence.
Terrence had his guy in skates.
Yeah, great blocking on the perimeter, allowing Dardar to gain extra yards.
1st and 10 from the 39. South Lafourche has moved the ball consistently this year, have not finished drives consistently this year. Can they get the early lead here with 4:10 to go in the opening quarter? Hughes is flanked out, almost out of bounds. Now he's coming in a little bit. Trips to the left. That's the weak side of the field. Now quads out that way. They hand it to Dardar. Not a whole lot, but he does get some positive yards, about 2 on the play. Number 1 for Assumption, Kobe Beam on the stop.
Looked like Dardar would have picked up a little bit more. Mustangs did a good job.
Yeah, they closed the gap there really nicely. Early stages, doesn't it have just almost like a little bit of a middle school feel? Both teams running it almost every play. That clock never stopping. Very fast-paced first quarter. 2nd down and 9. Mack, play action, rolls out. Looking for Jarvis, got him. Across the 35 to about the 33. Mack got leveled on that throw. It was not a malicious hit. It was not a late hit, but he did get leveled as he threw it. And he's shaking the cobwebs out right now. It'll be 3rd and 4 after a gain of about 5.
Yeah, that was he took a very hard hit.
Tarpon's got to get to the 29 there, the 33, so 3rd and 4. I think BJ might just buy a play for his quarterback here, hand it off to Dardar, try to get a little closer, and you might even pick it up if you get a surge. Strong side of the field to the left. They do, hand it to Dardar, and he's got the first down and more. Bouncing outside, driving near the 20-yard line. That is a big gain, a big hole, and that is a Golden Motors first down. And the Tarpons are 1 yard away from the Absolute Fitness red zone. Boy, I'm watching the replay of that one back south, and whose offensive line was driving them back. And the Tarpons now are in the Absolute Fitness red zone at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good push. Again, offensive line controlling that line of scrimmage for the Tarpons.
2:50 and counting in the opening quarter. Dardar with Mack. Mack will throw out to the flats. That's Petrie. Petrie cutting inside, getting to about the 15. That's a gain of about 5 or 6 yards. I'm almost nervous to say this because I don't want to jinx it. There have been no negative plays so far this drive. Every play they've gained at least something. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 15 in the Absolute Fitness red zone. There's a stoppage on the field. I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Maybe some type of equipment issue.
So we'll tend to that. We'll also go to our sponsor sheet. GIS on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Excuse me, I got that wrong. Joe Septic on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for all your fencing and septic needs.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Tarpons.
I didn't even see a flag, but that is a very costly penalty. And it's going to walk him back all the way to the 30. And, Brian, that can't happen, man. Now you got to play a second and 20.
I'm going to say it. The thing that's upsetting is they keep him in the game.
Yeah.
It gets old.
Yeah, look. That's rough. We want to thank my buddy Adrian Rios for the scoreboard update. Terrebonne 14, East St. John 0. 2nd and 20 here for the Tarpons. Mack under pressure. It's a screen caught by Pierce. Pierce shaking a man out there. Gets to the 25, near the 31. So he is near the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 11. And there's an injured Mustang. Looks like number 58, Jace Williams, might be down on the turf.
And look, we're going to have to get some clarification. I'm not sure if it's someone said something or did something or whatever, but if it is on one of the players.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a consistent problem, man. Like, this is something that has happened now all year. Scoreboard update over at Thibodaux late in the first quarter. Scoreless, 0-0 out there at that one.
25 Teacher of the Year. Miss Roxanne Dardar. And the 4th Person of the Year, Brett Newcroft.
So the Tarpons are going to have 2 plays to get 11 yards. Boy, and I know our number one concern right now is for the injured Mustang, but right here, don't you just feel the mad scientist down there dialing up a trick play where Terrence will throw the ball to someone in the end zone? Or
that could be, yeah.
It would be the perfect time to dial it up after like a timeout there.
And it's either you're going to have 2 plays. I mean, they're not kicking a field goal, so if you don't pick the first down up.
3rd and 11. Williams did walk off the field. We're glad to see that he appears to be okay. 1:57 to go in what has been a fast-moving first quarter.
3rd and 11 for the
Tarpons were in the Absolute Fitness red zone. The penalty took them out. Let's see if they could get back into it here. Mack hands it to Dardar. Nice hole inside the 15, near the first down. He needed 11. He didn't get it, but boy, he got about 10 of it. A big old surge from the offensive line, and it's going to be 4th and short back in the Absolute Fitness red zone.
Yeah, if you're the Mustang, you have to get a stop here. If you're the Tarpons,
got to
keep that drive going.
Big play early in our ball game right here. The Tarpons are at the 11. They've got to get to the 10. Dardar and Hughes have both been having success running the football.
Look for a hard count here.
They're going to make some checks at the line of scrimmage. It is Hughes out there with Mack. They're going to hand it to Hughes. He's got the first down across the 10, and a flag comes in. We'll see what the flag is. If it was a hold or something of the sort, it was a block made after Hughes had already gotten the first down.
Maybe face mask, maybe.
Let's see. It is personal foul, face mask. Good call, Brian. That's a Golden Motors first down. That moves the chain. South Lafourche got the ball about the 5-yard line now after the penalty. Move it to the 4. Assumption got the ball first, drove down to about the 20, stalled out, missed the field goal. The Tarpons have gone all the way down. It's 1st and goal from the 4 late in the first quarter. How good this would feel to punch this one in right here. Mack will be with Dardar. A lot of bodies to the left. The strong side of the field's to the right. Hard count, Assumption doesn't offer. Now they shuffle the formation slightly. Mack, play action, throws it to the flats. It's Jarvis! Touchdown! South Lafourche. They throw it out to Jarvis. He punches it in, and the Tarpons have converted an 80-yard drive to take a 6-0 lead pending the try. Very impressive. Ran it, threw it, very efficient, and overcame a foolish 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, you overcame it, and just think some other games if you don't have it.
Pierre Torres. The kick is up, and it looks to be right down the middle, and it is right down the middle. So South Lafourche has a 7-0 lead. Luke, let's take a 1-minute break. The Tarpons are out in front here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar, go from 0 to 100. That's why Rev is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to Rev. Visit us at letsrev.com.
They have a 7-0 lead over Assumption. Pierre Torres will kick it away. Bima is standing in the end zone. Bima, you might want to come up, but I don't think that ball is getting out there to you.
Torres on the kick.
Vizier's kick. It's a little pop kick at about the 30-yard line, and just catching it and going to the turf again is the up back. Tell you what, Brian, the Tarpons will take that trade all day long. If they're willing to just catch it and go down at the 30, you take that every time.
That was Carson Jones, the reception.
So 38 seconds to go in the opening quarter. The Tarpons have a 7-0 lead. Assumption will play 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line.
Sophia Gilbo, Dave Brilliant, Amy Ebard,
Sanchez will be in the gun. It's an empty shotgun set. 5 receivers on the field. Will Sanchez keep it? That he flanks Jackson in motion. And it's a handoff on a stretch run. Jackson trying to turn the corner. The Tarpons are there, and they got him. Lost yards. Great pursuit there. That tackle for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation, and that last kickoff was brought to you by PMC Insurance.
Got an injury report for you, brought to you by Thibodeau Regional Medical Center. Darrell Jones is not dressed out today.
That's a blow, because he's had a great senior season. But we have played a quarter, and South Lafourche leads 7-0 over Assumption. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the second quarter of action here from Galliano on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Brian, I got a spoiler for you. Terrebonne doesn't like losing. They are leading East St. John 21-0.
Oh, wow.
With 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. They're coming off of a loss last week. They are taking out their frustration, so to speak. Here it's 7-0 to begin the second quarter. Tarpon's out in front. 2nd and 12 for the Mustangs. Inside handoff. Bo Georges is there for a loss. Back on the other side of the 30. They handed it to Travion Jackson, and Bo Georges said, no, sir, not today. It is going to be 3rd and 15 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, good job by Bo Georges. Leaving the backside unblocked there, and he did a good job with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Brian, don't you just feel like this is a big play for Assumption? If they got to go 3 and out after being on the field for 13 plays, that's big chance for the Tarpons here. It is 3rd and 15. Trips to the right. Ball in the middle of the field. Sanchez looking to throw. Throws it to the sidelines. Caught by Bima. Bima got leveled by Terrence Petrie. Right as the ball got there. It wouldn't have been a first down either way. But Terrence lays the wood, and it's a quick 3 and out for Assumption. And that Tarpon defense, give them credit, playing some good ball right now.
Yeah, great series by the Tarpon defense. Couple negative plays for the Mustangs, forced them in a 3rd and long, and good hit by Petrie on that incomplete pass.
Ott standing at the 14-yard line. Terrence Petrie's back deep at the 38-yard line. We watched Ott in pregame. He could get it out there. He appears to have a big leg. There's the snap. And, oh, boy, that is a beauty. Out to Terrence at about the 35. Lets it bounce, and it rolls by him. He picks it up at the 20 and will go out of bounds. So that's an outstanding punt there from Ott. And it was not enough air under it for Terrence to get under the ball to catch it. So South Lafourche, talk about flipping the field. Boy, did he do it there. The Tarpons will take over the 16.
And look, there wasn't much that Terrence could do on that one. The way the angle the ball was coming in at him.
No, it came in hot and then took a very big roll, which did him no favors. So the South Lafourche offense will take over 1st and 10 from the 15. Early stages of the second quarter here. Meathead with Mack. Man in motion is Pierce. They hand it to Dardar. Dardar riding his blockers. Big hole, lowers his shoulder, driving. He's got a first down. On first down. That was just Meathead being a grown man right there. He, at the end of that run, lowered his shoulder, ran a guy over, fell forward, gets 10 yards and a first down. But his helmet came off, so he's going to have to sit out for a play.
Yeah, Tarpon's continue with that push.
I don't know why we're not moving the sticks. Yeah, clearly the first down. Now we get the signal. I don't know what took them so long. Going to be 1st and 10. Dardar will be out for one play. It'll be Hughes in the backfield with Mack this time. Mack gets the snap, hands it to Dre. Dre riding the blockers, falls forward, gets about 3. But again, continuing that trend, no negative plays, just staying ahead of the sticks.
Yeah, and look, nice job by Sawyer Wells on that play. He pulled and let him up in the hole.
Tackles made by Thornton Person.
The ball at the 29-yard line, 2nd and 6, 10-14 and counting. BJ Young often says on games where the Tarpons are run heavy, his assistant coaches tell him, Coach, no passes. You think that's happening right now? They're throwing it here. Mack has time, shoots it down the middle, wide open. Has a Golden Motors first down. Hey, the passing game's working too. Jarvis gets it to the 44-yard line, and the Tarpons move the sticks. First and foremost, great pass protection, and then that was a really good ball for Mack, right on the money to Jarvis.
Yeah, and a nice route by Jarvis.
Just about everything working for the guys in the blue jerseys right now. This is as well as they have played all season to this point. The 43-yard line, Mack. It's a little bubble screen out to Petrie. Petrie cuts inside. Nice gain. There he goes. Out to the 40. It's going to be Pierce. Gets out to the 35-yard line. And the Tarpons have a blue boot bomb and a first down. The officials are
One of the guys not dressed out. I don't think it's a player.
Yeah, and I think it's going to either come back or it's going to be a sideline warning, perhaps. There is a flag on the field. Oh, boy.
I didn't see a flag, but
we have personal foul, face mask on South Lafourche. Well, that had nothing to do with the sideline. He had just someone to play there.
The sideline, he just warned him. He was just talking to him.
Yeah. I think there was an issue with getting the ball into the field, whatever it may be. But the personal foul negates a big gain. The Tarpons back to the 32-yard line now. And it'll be first and about 21. They overcame a penalty on the last drive. Let's see if they could do it again. BJ Young has told us on play-by-play, he said that our pass protection this season is as good as it's been since I've been here, and boy, Mack has had a really clean pocket so far today. He is in an empty set this time, 5 receivers out there. Flushed out a little bit this time, and he drops the football. He'll fall on it at the 20. Unfortunate. He was looking for a deep shot, and whenever he loaded up to get ready to throw, he just dropped the ball.
Yeah, unfortunate right there for the Tarpons, but you still got a couple plays here. Just trying at this point right here, what you're looking at, just at worst for you to try and flip the field.
Yep,
that's all you want to look at doing right now. And if better things happen for you, well, that's extra.
It's second down and 33 right now. So yeah, getting the first down is probably not very likely. You want to just get something here, like Brian said, to make it a more manageable situation. And we have a false start. That doesn't help either.
I think that can help the Tarpons out because they had a mix-up in the backfield.
Yeah. Mack thought the Dardar was on his left hip. He was on his right hip, and there was about to be a busted play. We have false start on South Lafourche. So a 15-yard face mask penalty, a false start, and a fumble have put South Lafourche in a rut, big time. The original line of scrimmage is the 43. They're now down to the 14. Second and gains right now for the Tarpons. Mack hands it to Dardar. Dardar has a big hole. Driving across the 25. Dropped at about the 29. So there you go. Just get a little room. Still nowhere near the first down, but you're clearing a little space in case you got to punt it a little later on. He got about 16 on the play. The thing that's going to frustrate BJ is you're doing whatever you want to do right now. You just got to stop getting in your own way. You're at the 30 roughly. You've got to get to the 40. This is about third and about 24 here.
Got a guy uncovered.
Mack. It's a screen. They get it out there to Dardar. How far can he run? He breaks a tackle, spinning across the 40.
He
and he almost got the first down out to the 48. He is sharp, but it'll bring up fourth and about 4. And if I'm the Tarpons, do you consider maybe lining up, trying to draw them off sides? It is now where a 5-yard penalty would be a first. No, they actually moved the ball back to the 47, so they'll punt it away. Didn't get a favorable spot.
Great call, great execution. Now you right here, you in situation where you could flip the field if they don't even fake this right here.
It's not Jarvis back there, and it would have been a fake. They had snapped it to Jarvis, and Will Broussard calls a timeout. Now, do you have the stones to do it again? Probably not, right? You just showed your hand. As it would have been a fake. They snapped it to the up back Jarvis.
Well, I mean, knowing Coach Young, he can have a counter off of this one right here where you just
a second fake punt.
Yeah, you just showed it.
6:57 to go in the opening half. South Lafourche leads 7-0. They are facing a fourth and about 6. At their own 47-yard line. They were about to fake a punt. And I got to tell you, the thing that's going to disappoint Tarpon fans is they had a wall. Jarvis was about ready to break a big play. But a good job by Will Broussard recognizing that and calling a timeout. And Jarvis will be back deep to punt it this time, which is the more traditional punt setup for the Big Blue. Talon Dewey is the guy back there protecting him. This still is not their usual formation. There could be some shenanigans here, folks. There's the snap to Jarvis, the rugby style. He kicks it away. It's not much of a kick. It does take a little bit of a tarpon roll out of bounds to about the 37. So not the best punt in the world, but you do put them back on their side of the field, and now the defense will be back out there.
Got a score update. Go ahead, Mr. Gisclair.
E.D. White 7, Lutcher 0. Boy. You think there's some folks out there on the river watching that one? I'm sure that place is packed. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs here midway through the second quarter, their third drive of the game. Sanchez will keep it. Boy, the tarpon's bit, and he's got a big gain. 45-50, cutting inside, lowering his shoulder, dropped at the 43-yard line. Tarpons were biting on the inside handoff to Jackson, and as you said in the pregame, Sanchez does a good job disguising that. He kept it and got up the field for a big play.
He's not the fastest, but they do such a great job of executing it. When he pulls it, it's wide open.
So they're now in plus territory with 6:26 and counting. 4 receivers set, ball on the right hash. Jackson and Sanchez in the gun. Hand it off to the back this time to Tarpon. There, he's down for a loss. Tackle for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. That's John Ferreira who got him to the ground. Lost about 3 or 4.
Yeah, look, the Tarpons are beating them on the backside right there. Fiera did a good job of coming, getting a good push off the ball, off the snap.
So back to the 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 14. Told that there's a HL Bourgeois player who is severely injured at the game out there at Thibodeau. Stretchers coming out. Our thoughts and our prayers with that young man. So here they hand it off up the middle again, bouncing through the line, falling forward across the 40 is Jackson. So a nice second down game, but it still will be 3rd and about 7 for the Mustangs. Talon Dewey on the stop. 4 down territory here for Assumption, you would think, unless they get sacked or something like that from the 39.
37.
Yeah, I would agree. It would have to be. The Tarpons are getting the ball around the 35 anyway.
Strong side of the field to the left. It's a 4-receiver set. Sanchez looking to throw, throws it to the middle of the field, caught by Bima, and he's got a first down to the 31. So just a little short curl. And Bima gets the first down.
The Mustangs have seen the Tarpons are playing off of them a little bit, just running these little hitch routes and good execution by the Mustangs, and knew exactly how many yards he had to get to move those sticks.
So 1st and 10. Assumption with 4:34 to go in the opening half. Down 7-0, trying to level the playing field here. Sanchez. Inside handoff off left tackle, big hole, 25-20, lowering the shoulder at about the 16, and it is a first down for Assumption. So they're starting to get a little push. Jackson gets one of his better gains of the day. This is about where the Mustangs stalled out in their first drive. Let's see if the Tarpons could stiffen up one more time. As we thank Adrian Rios again for another scoreboard update. Terrebonne 28-0 over East St. John, 8:21 to go in the second quarter. Which leads me to ask the question, what in the world is going on at East St. John this year? They are winless and getting beat up tonight in Homa. 1st and 10, Sanchez with Jackson. They handed to Jackson off left tackle. The Tarpons wrap him up. Very good tackle in the open field. Maybe even a touchdown-saving tackle by number 45, Talon Dewey. He picked up about 5.
I agree. I think it was a touchdown-saving tackle. Again, the Mustangs are finding success to their offensive left side right now.
Talon goes down to the ground. He looks to maybe be cramping. Tarpon's got a sub in there. 2nd and about 5 for Assumption. 3:45 and counting in the opening half. It's been a heavy dose of Jackson on this drive. And he keeps it again off left tackle, bouncing to the outside, and he's in. So Assumption will go down the field and get a touchdown, and they're an extra point away from tying this thing up. Good physical drive there by the Mustangs.
Yeah, again, same play right off that left side. They get into the edge. There's no one there on the outside to force it back in.
Sanchez will hold. Ott will be the kicker. It always makes me nervous when the starting quarterback's the holder, especially when they're in a gate. They could have all sorts of things on here, but they do close the gate up. Waiting on the snap. It's there. The kick is up, and it is right through. So we have a tie ball game. It's 7 apiece. We'll be back in 1 minute. South Lafourche trying to answer before the half here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Ott will be kicking it away. 7-7 after the Assumption touchdown. It is a good kick. Oh. My goodness, that's a touchback big time. We didn't see that on film.
No, we did not.
We were over here on play-by-play saying that they struggle on the kickoffs, and he just kicked that one almost through the goalpost.
Our apologies on that one.
Yeah, our bad. South Lafourche would take over 1st and 10 from the 20. 3:35 and 3 timeouts to go. How big would it be to score one right here and get the ball right back? Chance to double up. And I think you're running it so well right now that you really don't have to do anything crazy.
I think I can see that. 7-0, 7-0 still.
E.D. White leading Lutcher 7-0. We thank Miss Angie for that scoreboard update. 1st and 10. Mack will look to throw. Down the middle, nearly intercepted. Ott broke that one up. Not sure what Josh was looking at there because they had a guy on the hip of Pierce and also a defender who snuck in underneath the route. So maybe not the best decision, and the Tarpons catch a break there.
It looked like the receiver was too ahead in his route, and the ball was thrown behind him. Just a little miscommunication there.
3:31 to go. That is one thing. The Tarpons have not closed out halves well at all this year. Let's see if they could make an exception here. Hughes in motion. Handed to Dardar. Bouncing outside. Big seam lowers the shoulder. Got the first down. So Meathead picks up 11. And then it is a Golden Motors first down.
Wants to give credit to the offensive line. Casey, he is not being touched, and he's at least 5 to 7 yards downfield.
Yep. If he could lower the boom on defensive backs, he's going to win that fight an awful lot. Assumption late, shuffling some personnel onto the field. Jace Williams was running onto the field as the Tarpons were about to snap the ball. Now they flank Meathead out. Mack looking to throw down the seam. Petrie's wide open. 45, 50. Getting out to the 45-yard line. That's a blue bomb right down the seam. It's another Golden Motors first down, and South Lafourche on the move, and we have an injured Mustang. Number 5, Cameron Ott. That would be a big blow. That's their kicker. But he appears to be okay. Actually, they're not even going to stop play. Well, he's going to have to leave because the officials said that the trainer came out. So he's going to have to leave for one play, but he appears to be fine.
Tarpons plenty of time with 2:58 here.
Oh, yeah, 2:58, all 3 timeouts. And the way you're moving it right now, time should not be a big problem. Hughes will be in the backfield with Mack when play resumes.
Assumption looks confused on defense right now.
They're not even in their stance. If the Tarpons snap it quick, they can maybe hit them. Pierce in motion. They hand it to Hughes. Falls forward near the 40-yard line. Gain of about 4.
Pick up about 5 yards in the play. 2nd and 5 for the Tarpons.
See, the Tarpons are utilizing Hughes a little more tonight, trying to get him in space. He's done a good job. Actually got about 5 there to the 40.
For the Mustangs.
2:30 and counting. 2nd and 5. Mack and Meathead in the backfield. Mack will look to throw. Has some protection. Steps into it to Hughes. Got it at the 25. And he's hit at the 19. It's a Golden Motors first down into the Absolute Fitness red zone. And my partner tonight is a night where Dre Hughes is breaking out, my friend. He's making some things happen. That was a really good catch. He went up there, high-pointed it, came down, survived the contact. And now if you're the Tarpons, you actually even want to maybe even slow up your pace a little bit with 2:04 and counting. Mack. It's a screen play to the outside. Pierce has it. Pierce dancing around inside the 15, tripped up at the 11. He does stay in bounds. Clock will continue to run. It's 8 and 9. A little surprised Will Broussard's not calling timeouts here. And there he goes. He is going to call a timeout here, try to preserve some time for his offense. With 1:36 to go, Will call it. I think it's a really wise decision because the Tarpons were on the verge of handing it back to you with no time.
Yeah, right. Now they got one timeout left here.
Yeah, they got one left.
Pierce is they're looking at his knee a little bit. Just a little bit of a limp.
Those of you just tuning in, reset it here. It's 1:36 to go in the opening half. It's 7-7. South Lafourche had a 7-0 lead. Assumption then scored on their last drive, but the Tarpons have taken the ball and have gone 69 yards all the way to the 11-yard line. They'll play a 2nd and 1. We are paused because of an Assumption defensive timeout.
Half and half ticket is up to $400 for the win.
I am thinking
$400.
it's going to be 21 getting this football up the middle right here. Just put it in his belly and dare the defense to slow him down. They have really struggled so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You guys, time, it's no time. You don't have to worry about the time.
1:36 and 3 timeouts with 11 yards to get it. We'll be 2nd down and 1. And it looks like it's actually going to be Hughes out there with Mack. Pierce in motion. They hand it to Dre. Inside the 10, he's got a first down. Hang on to that ball. They're pushing him forward. Dre's out to about the 3. The offensive line driving him. And it'll be 1st and goal. Clock will stop momentarily. And I think the Tarpons would be wise to keep that thing bleeding down. 1:20 and counting. First and goal from the 3. Clock will run inside of a minute. The Tarpons are fully aware of the situation. They are not in any hurry. They know they have 3 timeouts and now 55 seconds to play with. South Lafourche will be under center. It's going to be Jarvis and Meathead in an I. And Assumption will call their final defensive timeout with 49 seconds to go. I don't understand why you would wait that long if you're going to call one unless he was reacting to the I form and felt they were unprepared for it. Let's go ahead and thank South Lafourche Bank, your true hometown bank since 1967. Scott Vicknair, the injury attorney. So you want me to sing it?
Yes, I do.
Scott Vicknair, the injury attorneys, we fight for the win. Ontario do Ontario, we make insurance easy since 1957. I mean, there's no one else listening now. They've all turned off the radio since I started singing.
Oh, you sang? I just thought you were making noise.
Advanced Eye Institute, make the right call. Get your eyes checked by Dr. Darby Chasson. Maritime Safety Solutions, providing service to the marine industry and a variety of fire safety equipment. Dufresne Building Materials with 8 locations to serve you. Go Tarpons. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Golden Motors, where price is priority. And Absolute Fitness, where the Tarpons are right now. The Absolute Fitness Red Zone Health and Fitness Center, open 24/7, 17092 West Main Street in Cutoff. 49 seconds to go in the half. Assumption does not have any more timeouts. The Tarpons will play a first and goal from the 3.
The wind has died down.
Yes, it has. Since the sun went down, the wind has died down. Tarpons are still in that eye. Jarvis, the guy all the way in the back. Meathead, the first guy through. They hand it to Jarvis, and he walks in. Tarpons blew off the ball there. That was an easy one. Jarvis scores it, and it is 13-7. Is that Jarvis' second touchdown?
Yes.
Jarvis got both scores for South Lafourche. He found me after one of the games. He said, Coach Casey, when you go interview me? I said, Jarvis, well, whenever you get a bunch of touchdowns. So I think he took it to heart, and he's got 2 of them on the board. Yair Torres will be on to attempt the extra point. Snap is there. Yair's kick is up, and it's right down the middle. South Lafourche is up 14-7 with 46 seconds to go in the opening half. We'll keep it right here because we have the halftime break coming up. South Lafourche's offense, when not committing penalties, is going where they want to go right now. They're running it. They're throwing it. They're having all sorts of success tonight.
They are controlling the line of scrimmage with the big guys up front. Backs are doing a good job running hard. And when they do pass the ball, Mac has plenty of time to throw the football with the receivers, running some good routes and making some good catches. Now, what worries me with this game, like in the second half, a 2-point conversion.
Yep.
With Assumption.
That swinging gate scares you, doesn't it?
You know, it's something.
This is a big 46 seconds. South Lafourche wants to take the lead into the lockers, get that ball to start the third quarter, and keep chipping away at them. The Mustangs have plans to do something entirely different. They want to score before the half and give themselves something to feel good about. Yair Torres has the ball in the right hash. Bima's all the way at the 5-yard line. Bima, I got news for you. Ain't getting this ball. That's a little pop kick, a little shorter. Caught at the 40. Tarpons were trying to maybe get possession right there, but you do surrender a little field position in the process. Assumption will have it at the 40.
That was a good play about Assumption player right there, backing up, running backwards, making that catch.
Yeah, a little over-the-shoulder Willie Mays there from, I believe that was Preston. Now, no timeouts in 44 seconds. If you're South Lafourche, keep everything in front of you and make tackles. You should be okay here.
It's a spot where the Tarpons right here may be able to capitalize on a mistake from the Mustangs.
Yeah, get them to maybe throw a pick or something like that, strip sack. Assumption was about to take a snap with one of the Tarpons footballs. They got that situated. Sanchez has time to the sidelines, caught by Bima, gets both feet down, and gets immediately out of bounds. Pickup of about 10. 5 seconds went off the clock there.
That was a good play by the Mustangs right there. Bima with a nice route.
39 seconds.
If you could get 10 yards for every 5 seconds, you will take that in a heartbeat, and that's what Assumption did right there. 39 seconds to go. Tarpons are in a soft shell defense. Sanchez under a little pressure, shoots it down the middle and nearly intercepted. Boy, if Kobe Bima doesn't get a fingertip on that one, Perez Due would have picked it off. He was in perfect position. Tarpons got unlucky there. Also, Assumption got fortunate that Bima didn't catch it because a lot of time would have came off the clock.
Yeah, and I just don't know if Sanchez can throw the ball behind the Tarpon defenders here. I think it's going to have to come from underneath routes.
34 seconds to go in the half. Sanchez, Tarpons bring some heat. He throws it to the sideline, caught. Got to tackle him in bounds, and they don't. That's 23. Preston, who makes the grab to the 37-yard line. There's 26 seconds left on the clock. Ball to the 38-yard line. That was a good, strong throw from Sanchez there.
Good job by the Mustangs getting Sanchez out that pocket, giving him extra time to throw the football.
And the Tarpons are not just letting them sit back. They are bringing a little heat. Let's see if they bring somebody here from the 38.
Wide side.
Sanchez under pressure, shoots it to the sideline, caught again by Preston. He gets out of bounds at the 31, 22 seconds to go.
Devontae Preston on the reception.
All it's going to take for Big Blue is just one tackle short of the sticks in bounds, but Assumption's all sidelines right now. They're navigating this very nicely.
Assumption may have something here. If they can, well, now they're getting a guy out there.
2nd down and 3. Sanchez under some heat. Shoots it down the middle. Caught again. That's just academic at this point. Preston makes another grab out to about the 23. 19 seconds to go. They're just conceding those little 8-9 yard sideline pops, and Assumption's taking them all.
And what it's doing now is giving them the pump fake right here. But the Tarpons are playing way off of the receivers.
19 seconds to go. It is now 1st and 10 from the 23. Sanchez under some inside pressure this time, throws it as far as he can, and that's overthrown. He did have a receiver open, but it falls incomplete with 14 seconds. Now, if you're Assumption, anything in the field of play short of the sticks, you better be busting it to clock it, or you might run out of time.
Tarpons are still coming with pressure, too. They're not going to let Sanchez sit back there all day.
And it's a situation where he absolutely can't take a sack. If you do, the half will be over, but by the time those receivers run back, there's no way. 2nd and 10. Sanchez has a little time. This time he's flushed out to the left. He's going to throw it down the middle. It's caught. No, incomplete. It would not have been a touchdown. It was intended for number 29, Miles. He would have caught it at the 1 if he could have held on, but he does drop it, and now at 4 seconds to go, this will be the last play if you're the Tarpons. As BJ, I was about ready to say BJ would be wise to call a timeout and make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Yeah, good timeout there by the Tarpons.
4 seconds to go. If I'm Coach Worm, I am still bringing some heat, and I'm telling my defensive backs, nobody behind you. And ideally, you could maybe make them throw it before the receivers could even get into the end zone.
Yeah, right here, the Assumption, the way the Tarpons are playing off of them, like the hook and ladder right here.
It could potentially cause some problems.
Yes.
4 seconds to go. We figure this will be the last play of the half, barring some sort of penalty. And the Tarpons have 5 guys at the line of scrimmage and 6 guys virtually in the end zone.
See how they're playing it right here underneath route.
Yeah, so you could throw it to the 10, lateral it, try some things. BJ was just telling his DBs, just bat it down if you get your hands on it. 4 seconds to go, the last play of the half. Tarpons have them all in the end zone. Sanchez has some time. Now he's flushed out. Georges gets his hands on him. George actually fumbled the ball, but it doesn't matter. It's the end of the first half. Great job by Bo Georges getting into the turf and getting the boys to the lockers. South Lafourche plays maybe their best half of the season in the first half, taking a 14-7 lead to the lockers. Luke, let's take a 3-minute break. When we get back, Coach Brian Colley and I will break all the action down with the Tarpons up a touchdown here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar, go from 0 to 100. That's why Rev is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to Rev. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Trey Hughes on a good return will bring the Tarpons to about the 30-yard line. We'll announce the rest of the Jerseys Off the Back sponsors and students at our next break.
Welcome back here. The Tarpons have the kickoff that went to Hughes. Hughes pushed out to the 31st and 10. Tarpons handed to Dardar up the middle, bouncing outside, getting about 7 yards. So the first play of the third quarter, Brian, same old, same old. Tarpons got a big push, pick up about 8.
And Dardar did a good job right there. Not much what he wanted to run on the inside, put his hand on his offensive lineman and kicked it outside for extra yards.
So he puts it all the way to the 38-yard line. It will be 2nd and 2. The opening kick went to Hughes, caught it at about the 5, worked it up the field. Hughes is in the backfield now with Mack, takes the handoff, bounces outside, spinning. Hold on to that ball, Dre. And he's going to get about a yard. So he doesn't pick up the first down, but he does get a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 1. Diaz on the tackle for Assumption.
That play there, a little bit too much penetration from the Mustangs.
3rd and 1. Tarpons got to get it to the 40. They're at about the 38 3/4 of a yard here. They're just outside of the 39. So a little more than a yard to get. Hughes in motion. They hand it to Dardar. He's hit. He falls forward. No. It's going to depend on the spot, and it looks like they're giving it to him. Yeah. So that will be a Golden Motors first down, though it was a better job by the Assumption defense there. They almost kept him out of it.
Yeah, look, good spot. Tarpons got a favorable spot right there.
So we'll be 1st and 10.
Good job by the Tarpons here. No hurry.
In the gun, strong side of the field to the right. Dardar flanked out. Mack looking to throw. He throws it to the flats to Dardar. Got to make a man miss, and he's tripped up. Pretty much no gain. So good open field tackle that time by, looks like maybe number 5 for Assumption, which is Hot.
Besides, well, they're going to give him no gain on the play. So really, it's not negative yards.
Tarpons have done a tremendous job of that. They have stayed ahead of the chains, so that one, as we said, was a no gain. That was just one-on-one there. The defender against Dardar, they were able to trip him up. 2nd and 10. Tarpons in a gun. Mack, they're sending some inside pressure. Play action, throws it to the flats. Jarvis gets outside. He's got a first down. Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Gain of 12. And a really good job there, and that's good play design. A lot of people will be watching that and saying, hey, that's offensive pass interference. The receivers are blocking down the field. Now when Jarvis catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage, it's not, and that's exactly what he did there.
Look, receivers do a great job on those little bubble screens and things, that blocking downfield and staying with their block.
So it'll be 1st and 10 right at midfield. Dardar with Max, strong side of the field to the right. They hand it to Meat. Big hole this time, and he falls forward. There's a flag on the play. Flag of the 49. Meathead got about 4. Jarvis limps off of the field, and we have a hold on South Lafourche.
Unfortunately, I think they may have called a hold way away from the play.
Oh, I saw it on the oh yeah, that's a hold. Oh,
yeah, away from the play. Yeah.
Slung down a defensive back. No doubt about that one. And it will be 1st and 20. Good call by the officials. So you're at your own 40. You got to get to their 40. You do have a bunch of plays to get it. 9:17 in the third quarter. Ball in the left hash. Mack in the gun with Hughes. Looking to throw. Mack shoots it down the seam. Caught by Petrie. He's got a first down and more. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Adios, amigo!
He showed some speed.
60-yard touchdown and a blue boot bomb. That a boy, T. South Lafourche is up 20-7 pending the try. And you're right. He showed the wheels there, brother. Got an open space and bye-bye.
He ran away from people.
So a 60-yard pitch and catch. If ever there was a blue boot bomb, it's right there. The Tarpons go up 2 scores, pending the try from Yair Torres.
Hey, give it up for those flying carriers.
Snap is a little low, but it gets down. Yair's kick is good. And South Lafourche adds another point to their lead. Luke, we'll be back in 1 minute with South Lafourche up 2 scores here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Golf will be brought to you by PMC Insurance, and it will be from a little farther away than the Tarpons would have hoped because there was an unsportsmanlike conduct foul way after the extra point. The flag was very late. Tarpons will be kicking from the 25. I don't know what that one was there. That was like during the timeout that we saw that one come out. Yair will be kicking it away. The Mustangs should get good field position here. Yair's kick is a wobbler that'll be caught at the 40-yard line. Tarpon's got to try to cover it. They will stack him up at about the 48-yard line of South Lafourche. So great field position for Assumption, but also a pretty good job by Yair there, given the 15-yard penalty. 9:01 to go in the third. 21-7, Big Blue.
Assumption. They'll take over the 47-yard line.
Not sure what happened with unsportsmanlike again.
Yeah, look, that was extremely late. Like, that was in the middle of our 1 minute commercial break that they were figuring that one out.
But yeah, it doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes late.
Yeah, it's just an awkward time for something like that to happen. Sanchez will hand it inside to the tailback. Jackson gets about 2. That'll give him 3 to the 44. Good job by the middle of the Tarpon defense. Number 50 was on the stop. Braxton Petrie as well as Joao Arujo. 8:43 and counting on what is a huge drive for Assumption here. They've got to have a touchdown. Second and 7. Sanchez with Jackson. Trips to the left. That's the strong side of the field. Sanchez throws it out to the sidelines. Caught and pushed out of bounds near the sticks is Kobe Bima. It feels like the Tarpons, in their quest to try to limit the big plays, are playing very soft on the outsides. But to their credit, they are coming up and making tackles. But they're kind of been all night been conceding that little 6-7 yard hitch.
Yeah, they're moving the ball a little bit, but you're not giving up the big play.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. And they got a tackle for a loss here. Hard count, they don't move. Jackson out there with Sanchez. Watch Sanchez with the legs here. Could come with one of those fakes. He's going to look to throw. There it is to Bima again off the shoulder pads and incomplete. Gode nearly was able to slide under that one. Assumption went with an RPO and they read the pass. And now they are facing a 4th down. Do they dare, if the Tarpons give them that same cushion, do they dare throw it again and risk maybe giving up possession?
Yeah, you see here, they're gonna, if you stay in the gun, I never understand this.
4th and 1. Can the Tarpons throw them back? There's the snap. They hand it off up the middle. He's got the first down.
Not by much.
No, the Tarpons had a good surge, but he does get the first down. He needed a 1. He got about 1.5 yards. Arujo on the tackle. 8 minutes to go in the third. Assumption will play a 1st and 10 from the 36. Mustangs looking to the sidelines. Sanchez with Jackson, strong side of the field to the left. They hand it to Jackson, big hole in that left side, 30-25, bouncing outside. He might house this one. Good open field tackle at the 11-yard line that time by the Tarpons. That's Yair Torres on the tackle. Touchdown saving tackle. It'll be first down for the Mustangs. That has been their most successful play tonight. Hand it off up the middle, and then bounce off left tackle and just ride the wave.
The outside, they're biting in.
Mustangs are snapping the ball. The Tarpons have an extra defender. I don't think the officials saw it, and they didn't gain a whole lot. South Lafourche just caught a huge break. Huge break. Because they were still shuffling personnel on and off the field as the play was being run, and none of the officials saw it, and the Mustangs didn't get a whole lot on the play. It was first and goal. Now it's going to be second and goal after a gain of about a half of a yard. So BJ and the crew catch a break there. 7:16 to go in the third. Second and goal. Sanchez with Jackson. Strong side of the field to the right. Got trips that way. Sanchez throws it down the middle. Caught. Tarpons rally and will bring down the ball carrier at the 4. That's 29 miles. Res Due on the stop. So it'll be third down at the 4-yard line.
Third and goal for the Mustangs.
It's tough here for the Mustangs if you want to pass it in. That end zone is right there. It kind of breaks that field for you.
Let the bass cannon kick it. The Tarpon band having some fun. Third and goal from the 4.
You would think left side again.
That's where I would be going. They're going to hand it to Jackson. He's got a big hole and he walks in. So Assumption answers the Tarpon touchdown with one of their own. 6:38 to go in the third quarter.
Now, I'll harp on this. You led them only a 47-yard field to work on because of the penalty.
Yep. Brian mentioned you got to watch these plays here with that swinging gate open. The Tarpons have given up a few of these this season.
If a Mustang player asking to come out the game.
Yeah, they've got 10.
Valuable timeout.
4,
have to be called
5,
there.
6, 7, 8. Oh, they've got 11. Oh, no, they only got 10. And they're going to – oh, my, that is a bad timeout. And then, you know, it makes you wonder. Obviously, Odd has a leg. He's kicked a touchback. They tried a 35-yard field goal. Wouldn't you just rather to delay a game and kick it 5 yards farther back than the second half timeout there?
Yeah, if I'm calling a timeout here, I'm going for 2.
Yeah, it does make you wonder. 6:38 to go in the third quarter in a ball game that has turned into a good one. The onus will fall on the Tarpon offense to try to keep the pile moving. They have pretty much the first defense out there, so they are going to try to be prepared for any trickeration. But the Mustangs are still coming out with the field goal team. And not messing around with the swinging gate this time. They're just coming out there and, in theory, will kick it away.
Tarpons almost blocked one of them.
Snaps a little low, and boy, Petrie nearly blocked it, but it is good. We'll keep it right here. We just took a possession change timeout. It's 21-14. The teams are going at one another here with 6:38 to go. Good ball game here down the bayou. And we've mentioned this all week long. When these two teams play here, crazy things just tend to happen, my friend.
Yes.
And it feels like another one of those nights tonight.
Both teams did what they had to do to start the second half. Tarpons came, score, go ahead, 2 scores. Mustangs come, they scored, they keep it a 1-score game, back to a 1-score game. So
Congratulations,
still got 6:38 to go here in the third period, and it's been a great game so far.
It has. I want to thank the French Food Festival at the La Rose Civic Center, October 25th through 27th. Great family fun, food, and live music. We could only hope that they are blessed with the same weather that we have. Oh, boy, Terrebonne leading East St. John 42-0 in the third quarter. That's one we said all week Terrebonne had to have. Well, looks like they got the message.
Ooh, Lutcher.
Lutcher 14, E.D. White 10 in the third quarter. Wow. Wow. only you could be two places at once, because I'm sure that place is rocking. Ott's kick is an onside kick. The Tarpons.
No,
it did not go 10 yards.
Did not go 10 yards.
The Mustangs fall on it, but the ball did not go 10 yards. There's no flag yet, but they're all pointing South Lafourche's way, which would indicate that they know that the ball did not go 10 yards. And you know the shame of it from Assumption's perspective, they would have recovered it anyway. They just jumped the gun.
The ball died about 9 yards.
So the Tarpons will take over with great field position, and I'll go ahead and say it. That is a sign that Coach Broussard, who told us in the pregame, we got a young defense, we got a lot of guys out. Not a great ringing endorsement that he's confident they'll get some stops down the stretch if they try that there.
I like the call. I mean,
it's worth a shot.
Yeah. If that ball goes another yard, it works out for them.
Because the Tarpons have gone 80 tonight, so why wouldn't they be able to go 50? Field position has not been that much of an issue for them. 6:35 to go. Dardar with Mack.
Tarpons, yeah. That's illegal procedure on the center.
The center moved the ball.
Yeah, he did.
So it is a dead ball false start on South Lafourche, and it'll be first and 15. Man, the Tarpons have had some penalties tonight. They have had more penalty issues than the Mustangs for sure. In fact, I don't know that Assumption has even had a penalty tonight. Can you think of one? I think they've been clean.
Let me see.
Be first and 15.
I think you're right, Casey.
They hand it to Hughes this time. Hughes is tripped up. Nothing. No gain. Good job by the Mustangs that time. 53 on the tackle.
No gain on the play.
Urson.
Cameron on it on the tackle.
6:18 and counting in the third quarter of a one-score game. Strong side of the field to the right. Tarpons have trips that way. Now it's two receivers that way. As Petrie's in motion. Mack. It's a screen. They get it out there to Pierce. Pierce will get across midfield, falls forward to about the 48. So they get across the original line of scrimmage and set up a third and shorter, but it's still a third and longer than what they would want. Be third and about
9 for the Tarpons.
third and about 9 here.
Good job by Pierce on that screen. Came back, caught the ball, and picked up positive yards. And Mustang guy actually hit him in favor of the Tarpons, allowing him to pick up a couple more yards.
Tarpons got to get to the 39. They're at the Assumption 48 here. Figure if you get something here, the Tarpons would probably go for it, given their punting situation. Trips to the right. Mack has time, and it's deflected up in the air and falls incomplete. So now what do you do on 4th and 9?
Punt.
Do you keep the offense out there and go with the Josh Mack punt? That may be the option here. The offense is staying on the field, and I think we are going to see Josh Mack punt the ball. He is in a little bit of a deeper gun.
We got an advantage out here on the right side of the formation.
Come with the hard count. They don't blink. And, yeah, Mack's about to punt this football. There's the snap to Josh. He gets it away. It's a line drive kick. Roll, baby, roll. That'll roll inside the 15. It'll keep rolling inside the 10. That'll boy Josh. That'll be killed at about the 8-yard line. So a good job there by Mack. Good execution from the Tarpons. Now it's up to the defense to try to get a stop.
Yeah, right decision right there, I
A
believe.
couple more jersey off the back.
Good execution
Sponsor,
of the
senior
punt.
football player number 34, Caleb Ingram, selected Miss Annie Jo Adams to wear his jersey.
So the ball will be at the 8-yard line.
Caleb chose Miss Adams because she is his favorite teacher. Caleb says he looks to her as a
See
big
if the
sister.
Tarpons could force
Senior football player
a couple of
number 30,
negative
Jacob
plays,
Young,
find a way to get into that backfield like they did earlier in the game.
Coach Young is a PE teacher and head football coach in Lafourche. Jacob chose Coach Young because he's always
Heavy
there
set.
for him.
Offensive line loaded to the right side.
Jacob, appreciate you very much.
They handed to Jackson. He's stacked up very little, if anything. Good job by the Tarpon defense that time. Got about a yard.
Yeah, Tarpons closed down that hole real quick. Fiera having a good game up front.
So it'll be 2nd down and 9, 4:46 and counting in the third quarter. Ball at the 10. So they give him about 1.5 yards on the last play. Jackson with Sanchez. Play action. They shoot it out to the flats, and they got a lot of green grass. Tight end's going to run out there, get a first down. He's going to be tripped up by Rez Due. That's number 5, Ott. Good play call there by Assumption. Lulled him to sleep thinking it was going to be an inside run. Pulled it out of the belly of the tailback, and Ott was wide open. And actually a good job by the Tarpons limiting that to just a 15-yard gain because I thought he was going to maybe get a lot more.
Yeah, you got to give credit Mustangs. That was a pretty darn good call.
1st and 10 from the 25. 4:24 to go in the third. Trips to the right. Sanchez throws it to the sideline. Caught. That's just too soft. He's going to get a gain of about 17. I mean, they're going to take that every time. I mean, it's a cushion of about 10, 12 yards, and they're still backing up as the receiver's running his route. That's an easy pitch and catch.
Yeah, they came with trips formation to the wide side of the field. Go to the right side, single receiver on top. And too much cushion.
Yeah.
And the Mustangs are counting on to get the ball to their guy, make one guy miss. You can have a big game.
There's Bima who made the reception. And they've got it to the 42. Trips to the right again. Hand off to Jackson. Nice hole, but the Tarpons will tackle him after a gain of about 5 to about the 47-yard line.
Jackson, the ball carrier on the play.
I think Talon Due on the stop that time.
Tackle made by Trevor Wilson and Talon Dewey.
Just get the sense the Assumption offense starting to figure it out a little bit. Tarpons defense got to stiffen up, try to get a big play here.
Same formation. They got guy one-on-one at the top.
There's the snap. Tarpons bring some pressure. They get it out quick. Picked. Oh, nearly intercepted. Tipped up in the air, and boy, Terrence would love to have that one back. It slid through his hands. Incomplete.
That time they came with the 3 receivers outside of the field and went to the trip side on the pass and almost picked off.
So 3rd down and 4. Mustangs get the snap. Sanchez, a little inside pressure, flushed out. Georgia's got his hands on him. He gets away, looking to run. He's leveled and dropped. He does not get the first down. That's a sack. Joao Arujo came up and made the play. And the Mustangs are going to punt it away. Mustangs got to stop. Tarpons got to stop. I'm not sure Assumption's punting the football here. Just throwing that out there.
I think they are.
Ott is going to be the guy. Standing at the 30. I have said at my piece, but Brian Colley wins the day because Ott's kick is high in the air. Terrence calling for a fair catch, making it at the 18-yard line. So the Tarpons get off the field and get a stop with 2:42 to go in the third quarter, still leading by a score.
Senior football player number 47, Darrell Jones Jr., selected as Aaron Dewey to wear his jersey tonight. Ms. Dewey is an English teacher at Lafourche. Darrell says she helped him through rough times and guided him through good ones.
South Lafourche will get back out there. Their mission here, go down the field, ideally take 6-7 minutes doing it, punch it in, go back up 2 scores.
Wearing his jersey tonight, Ms. Adams is a history teacher at Lafourche. Along with coaching cross country.
I don't know if the Tarpons are getting a little tired up front.
Mr. Adams always pushes him to be his best.
We'll keep an eye on that dispossession.
Hughes is out there with Mack. Mack gets the snap. Inside handoff to Hughes. He's level. Nothing. He loses yards. So you're right, man. So it is a loss of 2 on the play.
Thibodeau with a big tackle in the backfield. The Mustangs.
And we have an injured Tarpon, and that is Dre. So hopefully he's okay. And it'll bring up 2nd and 12. We'll check on Hughes there.
He's back up.
Maybe a little bit of a cramping situation. His role has grown immensely tonight. And he's actually trying to stay in the game, and they're telling him, nope, buddy, when the trainer comes out, you got to miss at least one play. And he couldn't stay in the game anyway. He's having a hard time walking off the field. 2nd and 12.
The field position here is not ideal to do it, but the time would be pretty good here for one of these tricks.
The Tarpons have had some luck tonight in the screen game. They have hit a couple of them, both on the outside with the bubbles and then also down the middle with meat. It is 2nd and 12. Late in the third quarter of what has been a good ball game. You hear the assumption, coaches yelling scream all the way across the field. So they have the same idea that we do. Bo Robert is the new receiver in the game for Dre Hughes, by the way. He's all the way flanked out to the right side of the formation. Mack waiting on the snap, getting directions from the sidelines. The clock is running. 2:18 and counting. Mack gets the snap, straight drop. Shoots it down the middle to a wide open Petrie. First down, and he's going to be snapped up at the 30. So a really good touch pass there from Mack and a good route from Terrence, who just always seems to get open. That's a Golden Motors first down.
Yeah, just right down the field on a little seam, and Mack did a good job delivering that football.
To the 30. Maybe it's as simple as assumption, maybe committing a couple of extra guys to the box to take away the run. Maybe the Tarpons could throw their way out of this. Meathead there with Mack. Mack flushed out to the right, looking to throw. He will get it to the sideline, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
And it'll be 2nd and 10. There's just a lot of pressure there on him that time.
Yeah, that was a good job by Mack just getting rid of the football.
Trying to Andrew Thibodeau had the hurry there, forced him to get the ball away. Ball in the left hash, 2 minutes on the dot to go in the third quarter.
And senior football player number 61, Jonah Otan, shows his magic punch wearing his jersey tonight.
Meathead in the backfield. Mack waiting on the snap. He's got it. Play action, and we have a flag on the play. False start on South Lafourche. Seen a couple of those, man, and the Mustangs still have not committed a penalty tonight. It's probably about 7 or 8 for South Lafourche. So the cleaner team right now, penalty-wise, is certainly the visitors. And the Tarpons got to try to take advantage.
Pushing back second.
It's been quiet lately. Landon Jarvis, watch right here.
Yeah, the 2-touchdown man, Landon Jarvis. See if they could get him in space here. Got to get to the 40. You're at the 25 after the false start. Mack has a little time. Shoots it down the seam. Deep to Petrie. Got him! Makes the catch to the 43-yard line. Attaboy T. Good throw from Mack. It's a Golden Motors first down. It's a blue boot bomb. And it's another 100-yard receiving day for Terrence Petrie. South Lafourche plus territory.
That's at least a 33-yarder.
From the 25 to the 42. So that's 25 to the 50, 33 yards. Dre Hughes checks back into the game. That's good to see. Dardar in the backfield with Mack. Inside handoff to Dardar, driving across the 40 to about the 39. There's a nice little surge. Pickup of about 4, a little extracurricular, and the Tarpons just committed a damn 15-yard penalty. There was pushing and shoving, and this has been a team all year long that just feels like they have to get the last word, and there's no doubt this one's going to be on South Lafourche. If this is offsetting, it's a bad job of officiating, but this one should be, frankly, on South Lafourche. B.J. Young, he knows that he's livid.
Well, look.
They're discussing it, and I guess there is a chance that this is offsetting, but they were kind of pushing and shoving, going back and forth.
I agree. If it is offsetting, it is bad.
Personal foul on South Lafourche, and that's the right call.
The second guy got caught.
Yeah.
I mean, it was extracurricular stuff after the whistle, but the second guy got caught.
But One guy was blocking to the echo of the whistle. The other was blocking well after the whistle.
Got
you
up
just got to
and
stop.
pushed, yeah.
You got to stop.
And the thing is, I mean, the bench is a good teacher. This has been going on
all year
since week 1. And
all year.
we're in week 7, and I'm sorry, it has not been corrected because it's being allowed. And that's the way it is.
Yeah. Third time this game it happens. It's now second and a ton. And it is at least the 8th or 9th penalty for the Tarpons. You're all the way back at your own 41. You've got to get to their 32. Mack has some time, shoots it down the middle. Pierce got it. He makes a man miss, falls forward to the 37. So that is a huge second down play. You got almost all of the yardage back. It'll somehow be 3rd and short. And the crazy part of it is, even with all the obstacles the Tarpons are creating for themselves, they've overcome most of the penalties.
Wide open.
Inside of a minute in the third quarter. It's 3rd and 5. No doubt this is 4-down territory at the 37-yard line. Empty set for Mack. Gets the snap. It's a quarterback run. He's got a first down. Inside the 30. Driving to the 25. And that is a Golden Motors first down.
That's what we see last week.
So South Lafourche overcomes the 15-yarder. Good call there by BJ and the staff. That was the last thing Assumption was expecting there. And it will be 1st and 10 from the 22. Two yards outside of the absolute fitness red zone. Waiting on the snap. They hand it to Dardar, picking through the line, dives across the 20 to about the 18, gain of about 4.
Tough run right there, but Dardar right up the middle.
Without the live play clock, I don't know if the Tarpons have to run another play. There's 31 seconds to go on the third quarter clock.
Herschel on the tackle for Mustangs.
I think, Twins telling BJ you don't have to run another play. So let's see here if South Lafourche just opts to take it to the quarter. And, it looks like they will. So our score through 3, South Lafourche 21, Assumption 14. The Tarpons are in the absolute fitness red zone when we get back in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
Madison P.
We got 12 regulation minutes to go here. It's 21-14 South Lafourche over Assumption. The Tarpons are driving. It'll be 2nd and about 5 when play resumes at the 18-yard line. Casey Gisler here with Coach Brian Colley. Boy, some points here for South Lafourche would be big. Make it a 2-score game in the fourth quarter.
Captain Amron Dardar.
35.
Hanville 35, Central Lafourche 0 in the third quarter. Thank you, Miss Angie.
Wow.
Hanville's good, bro.
They are.
It's to the point now, I would be shocked if they didn't beat Destrehan a little later on in the season. 2nd and 6 here. Hughes in the backfield of Mack. They hand it to Dre, and not much. Slung down by number 53 at the end of the play there, Urson. In fact, he might have lost a yard. I just don't know that the Tarpons will be able to just jam this ball. I think they're going to have to throw it That has been where the gold has been in the second half.
The Mustangs will come with some pressure here.
See if Tarpons could have a blitz breaker, and then we have a flag, and before the snap, I think the Tarpons are saying this is offsides on assumption. Boy, that would be detrimental.
It is.
It is offsides on the Mustangs. So instead of 3rd and 7, it'll be 3rd and about 2 now. And those are the ones that just drive you nuts. This becomes a much more manageable situation now. 11:26 and rolling. Does BJ have a play that he likes here for the red zone in this situation? Can the line get a push? Dardar is out there at H-back, sending a man in motion. They'll hand it to Hughes. Pick it to the line. Driving across the 10. He's got a Golden Motors first down. So the Tarpons will play a 1st and goal from the 8. Or from the 9, rather. Golden opportunity to go up 2 scores in the 4th quarter with that clock grinding down. Dardar in the backfield with Mack. They hand it to Dardar, riding the blockers, falls. No, doesn't fall. Still on his feet. Driving. He didn't get in, but he got to the 1. And Brian, that is a grown man run there from Dardar. I thought he was down at the 6. He just kept his legs pumping and he almost scored.
Exactly right. He kept the legs moving.
Dude, the Tarpons come with a tush push here from the 1. You got 3 plays. I think they might try to push Mack in here.
I'd give it a Dardar.
They are going to be under center. From the 1, 2nd and goal. They do give it to Dardar and get no push whatsoever.
Nope.
He didn't get in. I ain't going to lie to you, B. I don't think that under center formation has worked all year. The Tarpons have tried it. They haven't got much of a surge with it.
Treat this like a 2-point conversion.
Well, it brings up the question, Brian. You made all of your extra points. If you get stopped here, do you just kick a field goal? Go up 2 scores?
Yeah.
I mean, you have made them from here. But you want to get a touchdown here. 3rd and goal from the 2. They're going to get an extra yard because they just drew them off sides.
Penalty against the Mustangs.
So the ball moves from the 2
The ball, 6 inches.
to from the 1 to about the 6-inch line, really. This got to be quarterback sneak. I mean, the ball is so close.
Now they get Mack running outside. 14-7.
H.L. Bourgeois over Thibodeau. Mack will toss it out there to Jarvis. Jarvis turning the corner, and he's in! South Lafourche takes a 27-14 lead. Landon Jarvis is the touchdown merchant tonight. He's got 3 of them, and the Tarpons add to their lead with 9:03 to go. Good call, Brian. You were saying outside run. The Tarpons went with it, and Jarvis punches it in. Big extra point here from Yair Torres. Lee gets the snap. That's a little pop-up. That is short. That was a little bit of a duck on the extra point. No good. It is 27-14, 9:03 to go. Tarpons are up 2 scores, trying to hang on. We'll be back in a minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. 27-14 the score. Yair Torres' kick is a little pop kick towards the sideline. Fair caught. Dangerous. The Tarpons were all over the ball there. Reed Diaz makes the fair catch at the 44.
Assumption's going to have to work quick here.
Yep. 9:03 to go. You figure if the Tarpons could get a stop here of any kind, they would be feeling real good about this here. But you know those Mustangs don't quit, and you've just left a free point on the board. We hope that doesn't become a factor later on. Sanchez with Jackson in the gun. Inside handoff. Nope. Sanchez keeps it bouncing outside across the 50. Tripped up at the 46, and he's got a first down. Scoreboard update after 3 quarters. HL Bourgeois 14, Thibodaux 7.
Jackson Pete on the stop. Ball carrying number
Sterling
4,
Washington
Jackson.
done a good job there at HL Bourgeois.
Yes,
What?
he has.
They have really had a nice season. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs here after Sanchez's run. They handed to Jackson this time,
Good
and a
tackle.
really good tackle by 91 John Ferreira.
John Ferreira.
And we have an injured Mustang.
Looks like to be Jackson. Well, he's back up.
Well, one of the linemen was a little slow getting up, too.
Jackson will be 2 yards in the
55,
40. Second and 8.
Thibodaux. Yep, they'll hustle someone else in there. Clock continues to run, 8:18 to go. Jackson with Sanchez in the gun. Sanchez looks to the sideline, caught by Bima. The Tarpons rally and take him down. Push him out of bounds at the 34.
Pass is complete to number 1, Kobe Bima.
All night long, South Lafourche has given them that one. They've said you could have that one all night. But as you mentioned and as we've talked about, it has kept the top on the defense and has limited the big plays. Sanchez hands it to Jackson. Stopped at the 29 by Bo Georges. Clock will continue to run, but there is still plenty of time here. 7:55. Gain of about 5 on that run.
Second and 4.
Sanchez handed to Jackson again. Not this time. Thrown for a loss this time. Back on the other side of the 30. Tucker Dantin on the stop. That tackle for loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation.
Lots of yards on the play to be 3rd and 6.
I would now, on 3rd and 6, be shocked if Assumption didn't go to that little sideline pass.
Well, ball in the middle of the field. Yep,
There it is to Bima. He's got it. And he makes a man miss. And he's going to walk in. That's been there for them all night tonight. The Tarpons have rallied and have tackled, except that time. Kobe Bima scores it, and it's 27-20.
And that's what we talked about. You get it. It's a one-on-one situation. You make your athlete make a play, make the defense miss. It can be a big chunk play for you.
So we said before the drive, Assumption needed a quick score, and they got it. Really not much of a reason for them to go for 2 here. They do have the gate open. Just the extra point makes it a 6-point game. Ott. Low snap gets down. The kick is up, and it is good. So we got a ball game, 27-21 here with 7:14 to go. We'll be back in 1 minute. South Lafourche trying to answer on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Assumption will try a pop kick that'll bounce at the 35-yard line. The Tarpons will fall on it at the 31, so we'll take that. South Lafourche will get possession. 1st and 10 with 7:13 to go. Scoreboard update. Captain Shreve leading Destran 34-33. The same Captain Shreve that gave up 76 points last week and won.
Yeah.
They beat Evangel 77-76 last week.
Tarpon's going to start at their 32-yard line.
This is a huge drive. If South Lafourche could chew a little time running that ball, controlling that clock, going a 3-4 minute drive and punch it in, the fat lady will be on the stage warming up. But if you stall out and you got to give the ball to the Mustangs, it could potentially get dicey here. 1st and 10 from the 31. Mack, straight drop, has time, throws out to the flats to Dardar. Dardar breaks the seam across the 40, across midfield, spinning, driving to the 43-yard line. Meathead with a big job, a great catch there, getting in the flats, making them miss. Blue boot bomb, move the chains.
Hey, look, you got to give Mac tons of credit. It went through his progression.
Check down.
Get the check down. And Dardar knows what to do when he gets the football.
Terrebonne 42-9 win over East St. John. That game has gone final. 6:38 and counting here. The Tarpons up by 6, trying to drive what would be a big old arrow into the heart of the Mustangs here. Man in motion is Pierce. They hand it to Hughes. Hughes picking through the line. He falls forward, got maybe a yard.
No gain on the play.
I should say no gain on the play. 6:13 and ticking. Trips to the right. Dardar with Mack. Coming the hard count. The Mustangs don't flinch. Inside of 6 minutes now. Mack gets the snap. Assumption bringing pressure. Checks down the Dardar. Good catch. Makes his move up the field. Gets out of bounds. That is an outstanding one-handed catch from Dardar right there. And Brian, that play right there, Tim Rebo, that's why he could be a Saturday player, because he could catch the ball so well out of the backfield. That was not an easy catch, and he made it happen.
No, that was he made it look easier than what it actually was.
Gets the first down to the 31-yard line. 5:46 to go in regulation. Second half has been opposite the first half. The Tarpons ran it very effectively in the first half. Assumption has stymied that a little bit, but the Tarpons have been throwing the ball very effectively in the second half. Hughes in the backfield. They hand it to Dre, and he's going to get a little push forward across the 30, picked up about 3. And a late flag comes in, and I think this time it's not on South Lafourche. I think this time this one's going to go on the Mustangs. Dre is very frustrated. He was getting twisted and turned at every single turn in the bottom of the pile, and the boys in blue think this one's 15 the other way. Let's see. We have... Oh, they're going to say offsetting. Dead ball, personal foul, assumption. I don't like that. That one, they messed that one up. That guy, that was being initiated by the assumption player. The Tarpon was just self-preservation at the bottom of a pile, trying not to get broken. They missed that one. 2nd and 8 now. From the 29-yard line. Everybody at the line of scrimmage for the Mustangs. Mack. Hitch and go. He's got him. Jarvis. Touchdown! South Lafourche. 29-yard pitch and catch. The touchdown merchant, Landon Jarvis, gets his 4th. A beautiful throw from Mack and a great catch from Jarvis.
Yeah, a great route. And offensive line gave you time to throw the football again.
Jarvis high pointed it. I'm not sure why the Tarpons are not going for 2 here. An extra point doesn't do you a whole lot of good. The Tarpon coaching staff arguing with the white hat official, and I think that they should be going for 2 here. 5:27 to go. Lee is the holder. There's the rolling out. Mack will throw it to the flats, incomplete.
Point conversion is no good.
I don't know if that was fire drill or if that was called. I would have rather just run a play if it was called. But it is now 33-21 with 5:27 to go. Tarpon offense has done a wonderful job of answering every time Assumption has come back at him. We'll keep it here, Luke. And how about the play of Landon Jarvis? 4 touchdowns tonight.
Yep.
That's Al Bundy territory.
No.
You know, I'm going to tell him that after the game, and he's not going to have a clue
No, he
what I'm
won't.
talking
No,
about.
he won't.
If you're the Tarpon defense, just keep them in front of you, tackle them inbounds. Every second that grinds off of that clock is good for you right now. Yair Torres will kick it away. Boy, if Yair's got the leg to place it around the 20-yard line, there's nobody there. Everybody's up for the Mustangs.
Actually, Jarvis kicking.
Yep, it is Jarvis kicking. And he gets it away to around that spot we were talking about. Caught at the 20-yard line. Can the Tarpons field it? Tries to bounce outside. He's tackled at the 28. That was number 29 on the return, Cameron Miles. Or excuse me, Samaya Miles. And Brian, I'll take that over the little pop kick at the 40 if you could cover it. And the Tarpons did that time.
Hustling down. And kick coverage for the
Tarpons.
5:21 to go. Tarpons have a 2-score lead. But we know, and we've talked about this throughout the broadcast, when these two teams play here, crazy things happen. Sanchez is in the gun with Jackson. Man in motion. They'll throw it out to the flats. Can the Tarpons rally and make a tackle? He's caught, and he gets a first down out across the 40. That's 23 Preston.
Good effort by Pierce on defense for the Tarpons. It's a bug.
A huge cricket just flew next to you. You were unfazed. That would have flown next to me. I would have screamed. And now, now that I say that, you're going to probably throw it on me.
Yes, I will.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Clock did stop. They hand it to Jackson. Good job. 1 yard gain. Number 44 for South Boost Tucker. Dalton got him on the ground. Those are the types of plays that the Tarpons really like. The Mustangs have an injured player here, and it is Jackson. Hopefully Jackson is okay after the short pickup. He's gotten the football a ton tonight, y'all. He has been all over the place. And he will get up off the turf. He got 2 on the run. Now, one thing Assumption's going to have to be aware of here, the clock will roll as soon as the officials put this back in play. So they would be wise to get out of this little huddle here and get back on the field. Mr. Twins trying to hustle them back. Once he blows that whistle, clock will roll. He's actually being pretty generous. Now it'll roll. Inside of 5 minutes.
Great job what he just did.
2nd and 8, ball in the left center hash. Sanchez gets the snap under a little pressure, shoots it down the middle, nearly intercepted. It was intended for Preston. It was wide of Preston, and Terrence Peacher was sliding in and nearly scooped it up off the turf with 4:44 to go.
See, Assumption still has a little time where they can take their time here on this. Not so much take their time, but don't panic.
Yeah, you don't have to throw 40, 50-yard passes for sure. 3rd and 8, Tarpons show a blitz, and I think they crossed into the neutral zone, but
no.
I was about to say I don't think they actually did.
No.
Let's see. They absolutely did not. That is a horrible call. We just saw it on our replay here. That is a very bad call. That they were not even close to jumping into the neutral zone. So they just got 5 free ones there. It's 3rd and 3. Sanchez to the sideline, caught. They do have the first down, Preston, but a very minimal gain. A good job there by Braxton Petrie. Clock will stop momentarily to reset the chains. It's already rolling again, 4:12 and counting. They're going to need a chunk play. Sanchez keeps it, bouncing to the outside, cutting through, loses the ball, and the Tarpons got it! He lost the ball, and the Tarpons got it! Guess who? Terrence Petrie. And with 3:57 to go, the Tarpons are up 2 scores and have the ball, and it's looking real good for Big Blue now.
Yeah, Assumption 2 timeouts left. Tarpons can ice this one here.
You get a couple of first downs. It's going to be everybody's favorite formation for Big Blue. Just a little unlucky there for Sanchez. He got outside. Ball popped right up into the air with number 1, Terrence Petrie lurking. He scooped it up. I think BJ telling his guys ball security at a premium here. Hold on to it. Let's see if Assumption maybe is a little deflated here after that turnover. Maybe the Tarpons could bully him forward. Mack in the gun. Inside handoff to Dardar. There he goes. There's a good example of what we were talking about. He gets a first down, 1 first down, as the Tarpons get a big gain of 12.
Yeah, that'll keep the clock moving. Almost time here. Well, you can see some victory formation coming up.
Yeah, look, Assumption's in a bind now. 2 timeouts, 3:33 and counting. They don't have the ball. They're down 2 scores. It's going to take – the Tarpons are going to have to give them a lot of help now. South Lafourche bleeding it down. Twins' hand is not in the air yet. Now it's in the air, so they are in the 10. There's the inside handoff to Dardar. Another big hole, and he's got about 6 more. Clock continuing to run. 3 minutes and counting.
He blocked the number 62, Carter Colley.
Tarpons being very patient. The Mustangs at some point will have to use their timeouts. But as long as the Tarpons are getting 6-7 yards of play, it's irrelevant. 2nd and about 5. 2:35 and counting. Mack has Hughes and Dardar. Play clock now down to 10. There's the snap. Inside handoff to Hughes. Driving near the sticks. He's about a yard short. Good job by Dre reading the blockers there. And they're actually giving him the first down. So that is a Golden Motors first down. That's huge. That is big. 2:13 and counting. Brian, this one's about done, man.
Yeah, I think you can get in a victory formation if you choose to.
The thing is, it doesn't appear that Will's wanting to call his timeout, so he is almost waving the white flag out there. 1:53 and rolling. The Tarpons appear like they're going to get their 2nd win of the season, barring something crazy happening. Mack hands it to Dardar. Bouncing outside. Just hold on, brother. There you go. He goes down at the 49. And Coach Broussard still not calling the timeout.
There he goes.
So he'll call it there. He's got 1 remaining. They're going to maybe add a little time, but I think he called it after a couple of seconds bled off. But he's got 1 left. But there is going to be 1 down this sequence where the Tarpons will be able to run the full 40. And if they get a first down, the game's over.
Yeah, but I mean, it's 2nd down, so you can take a knee. And if you take a knee, will he call his last time?
Probably. I think he would. I think he would, but either way, if you don't turn it over, they're getting the ball back with like 30 seconds down 12 and no timeouts.
Off the bone, Rousters in the road.
So you are sitting very much so in the catbird seat here.
Yes.
Peak Performance, Superior Shipyards, CPA Melissa Campos,
And I'm not convinced that they're going to not allow the Tarpons to get a first down. The Tarpons are continuing to get a big push. South Lafourche has said all week, gut check time. They were embarrassed against Vanderbilt Catholic. B.J. Young said changes have to be made. The Tarpons so far have played their best game of the season against Assumption, and it really is not a close second right now.
No, they control the line of scrimmage. Mustang had some good plays, but the Tarpon offense, long drives, they kept the ball away from them.
2nd and 7. Assumption has one more timeout with 90 seconds to go. If South Lafourche gets a first down, they're taking a knee. Mack. Inside handoff to Dardar. Guess what? South Lafourche is taking a knee. Dardar gets a golden motor touchdown. I've coached that kid, and I've known that kid since he's 8 years old. That ain't going to phase him in the least. Clock continues to run. I think the white flag has just been waved, as Will's not calling any timeouts now. Brian, South Lafourche is going to get their second win of the season. Don't know why the clock's not running right now, because neither team has called a timeout, and the chains have long been set. Yeah, let's please roll it. Thank you. There we go. And the Tarpons are in the victory formation. Do you like this here, what's being done here? Like, he's telling the guys on the D-line to just quit, not play. I don't like that. And it's not against this white hat. They all do it. But he's actively telling the guys to not fire out here on a live snap.
Honestly, it's sad that they have to do it.
Yeah. There's a knee.
But, you know, honestly, you shouldn't have to go and tell the teams, hey, just don't play.
Yeah, not being critical of the official.
Oh, no.
It's just, you're right. It's a shame that it has to be said. One more snap, and then the Tarpons will get to 2-4, or 2-5 rather, on the season. There you go. South Lafourche gets the win tonight, 33-21. Big Blue plays a really good game, and what maybe some would consider a slight upset against a 3-3 Assumption team. Let's go ahead and take a 3-minute break, Luke. When we get back, we'll put a pin on it with Big Blue getting a win here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.